Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode, but this one is going to be different and special. So, I realized from my COVID episode that people loved 20-minute episodes, first of all. And second of all, they loved hearing me talk more rather than just interview. So, with that in mind, I've decided to have two new segments to my show. Previously, I've just interviewed people with their experiences. And for the next two segments, I'm gonna have the names are still, in the works, but for the sake of just naming it, one Khalid discusses and one Khalid talks. So Khalid discusses will be discussions about universal life topics with different individuals. These people could be my friends, they could be acquaintances, and we just discuss different universal life topics, whether they be healthcare or happiness, marriage, different things. And actually, the first episode of that segment has already been filmed. And the second segment will be Khalid Talks, which is, as the name suggests, me talking about different topics. So those will be the shortest. They will be 15 to 30 minutes long. And I will just discuss my perspective on a couple of things. And I just realized you see the reflection of my apartment on the mic, but that's besides the point. ADD like that sometimes. Anyways, so I thought I would have this episode to tell the viewers about me a little bit because you've heard a lot about the people that I've been interviewing, but I've realized that people might not really know who I am as a person. So I decided to have this episode as the first episode of Khalid Talks. I mean, after the COVID one, to just tell the listeners a little bit about me. My name is Khalid. I'm actually Saudi, but I grew up mainly in Bahrain. But also did summer school in Switzerland, lived in the UK, the US, and now I'm based in Dubai. So I'm a very global individual. I believe that, as cheesy as it sounds, we're more alike than different. My life, you could say, I had a very great childhood. I mean, there were some challenges and there were some difficulties in my life, as we all are faced with challenges that mold us to become who we are today. And I think that these defining moments really give our characters a chance to shine and to change, hopefully to the better. And if not, then I'm sure that there will be other experiences that will lead you to become better. Because I really think that life is for us, never against us, which is a common theme in my podcasts and hopefully within my guests as well, since they've had their successes. So some of my interests are very vast. I love movies. I studied finance, so I also mess around with cryptocurrencies a bit, or used to at least, financial markets. I'm an entrepreneur as well. So I got involved in the family business, expanded the family business to Dubai from Saudi. Also starting my own ventures right now, a little bit more low key about it though. And we'll see where it goes. It started honestly at a very young age. I mean, the first time I ever sold things was probably like fourth or fifth grade. My parents gave me the Ritz biscuits. I would literally open it and sell it in class piece by piece. In middle school, I also sold lollipops. I had my own like mini supermarket that I carried to my grandmother's house every time I went, and just sold it, sold the food, the chips, the candies, whatever it may be, to my cousins and my aunts and whatnot. So I've had it present in my life at a very young age. I also love acting. I love movies a lot. I love photography. I haven't pursued it per se, but I really appreciate it. I appreciate art. I'm a huge traveler. I pre-COVID, I used to travel. At a certain period of my life, I was in and out of Dubai every week or max 2 weeks, both pleasure and business. I believe also in solo traveling. I love solo traveling. I do it at least once a year. Don't get me wrong, I love traveling with friends. favor that than traveling alone, but at the same time it's very difficult for me to say that I favor one of the two because they're very different and the entire experience is different. I mean, I've flown, I've only done Bali by myself, and I've done also Morocco by myself. Morocco, half of it was by myself, half of it was with one of my closest friends who will be on the podcast one day. So yeah, and I think I love culture. I believe in people. I believe in the goodness in people. I think we are all trying to just be better versions of ourselves. Some are misguided by their desires, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Very open-minded. I believe in all in freedom of choice, and I believe that everyone is entitled not only to their opinion, but rather also to their beliefs, whether they may sound wrong to me or to someone else. There's still a justification. There's still a life that you've lived. I have not walked your shoes. Therefore, I should always give the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to get political, but a reoccurring theme nowadays in mainstream media, at least in the US, you're either left, you're right. And there are two extremes. You see the left attacking the right. You see the right attacking the left. Oh, you're soft. Oh, you're racist. Oh, all these things. I think that it's better to one, show love, better to sit down, listen to each person, listen to why they believe the things they believe, and try to understand rather than fit everyone into an extreme. Now, there will be extremists for sure. Um, and rather than feel hate towards them, I feel empathy because I understand that I've had a set of experiences and that led me to be more conscious of certain things that these people might have not had the opportunity to. Of course, this is a massive generalization. I'm not talking about everyone. I'm not talking about a specific set of beliefs or principles. There are so many things that I'm probably wrong at. There's so many things that I'm probably, in my opinion, at least correct at. And everything I say, I want you to take it with a grain of salt because I'm not trying to enforce my beliefs on anyone. I just saw it from my perspective. These are the things that I believe, and these are the things that I want to accomplish. I'm not going to get too into my goals in life right now, but I definitely want to change the world to the better. I want to elevate those around me and those that are not as well. And I think we're here to do good, and I will do good, and which is why I started this podcast. I started this podcast in order to uh, hopefully elevate individuals, to teach people from the experiences of others, and to show the good side of the world. Podcasts are on the rise. I know that there's so many people coming into the field, but it's just something that I thought, during COVID, the lockdown and all that, why not? I have access to a lot of cool individuals that are really changing the world or have changed the world. And so why not learn from them as a mass if I can spread their word further. And hopefully I've achieved that. And then my opinion, if I've changed one person's perspective or helped one person feel better about themselves or at least learn something new, then I've done my job. And yeah, so I hope to take you all in this journey. If you have any recommendations, any comments, any topics you want me to cover, please, I am not rigid. Reach out to me. In my link tree, you'll find my email. You'll find, you can DM me. I'm responsive. And I will always try to maintain that regardless of how large my platform gets in the future. So that's a little bit about me. I will try to evolve this podcast more and more. I will try to balance it. I will try to put out an episode every single week. Some weeks will get busy since I am trying to run businesses. And so I haven't set, right, currently I've been posting every Sunday. Um, and I will probably set seasons eventually, and I will have each seasons with their timings, and like I said, I'll have three separate things where I continue my interviews, I'll have discussions, and I'll also have my opinions about certain topics, and I'll try to mix it up a bit so it stays, relevant and hopefully you'll listen and you'll enjoy. And please, if you have any criticisms, I'm more than happy to hear. If you see anything that also works, anything that you loved, please let me know. and I appreciate any feedback that you, the listeners, would give me. So without further ado, this is just a short introduction about who I am, my love for the world, my love for everyone. I wish everyone well, and I look forward to see where this podcast journey takes us. And stay safe, be happy, and yeah, Khalid checking out.